We pretty much transversed from the west side of the Sierra to the east side, and then back from the east to the west in one big giant loop over 15 nights, 16 days. And it takes a certain level of stamina and willpower, is what we were saying, to get a hike like this done. And probably will never do another hike like this again in my life. This is a hike of a lifetime. Definitely the best hike I've ever done to date. And there's really no reason to top it. I don't see how you really could. Everything we went through was just insane. Here we are again. So, slept here at Lodgepole last night. We're starting from the Wolverton Alta Trail. We're just cooking up some breakfast right now. Got some peppers, onions, and tomatoes, mushrooms. We're gonna scramble up some eggs and make our last good meal, good breakfast burrito before the start. But oh yeah. Anyway, we got a big trip ahead of us. This one is 16 days, 190 miles or so. It's basically what we tried to do when we put this together. We originally were going to do the Kings Canyon High Basin route earlier in the year, but everybody knows the epic snow year that we had this year. So we switched things up, changed the itinerary, but we wanted to kind of stay semi secluded. So when I put this together, I basically tried to just go into places of the Sierra that not a lot of people go into. We're going to be on trails, but they're, lesser used trails, so to speak. Should be a good one. Haven't been in the Sierra yet this year because of the snow. Today is September 3rd, and we are starting as soon as we finish breakfast.
Yo, we got a great trip ahead of us. Cannot wait.
Any reservations?
None whatsoever. The weather's going to be great. It sounds like the snow's melted and it's not going to be as big of an issue as we once thought. And it's just a matter of hoping the body holds up and gets us through 16 days, man. That's my biggest concern is knees, back, being healthy.
My pack is heavy. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's all Greg ever has to say. All right, we are underway. We are leaving from the Wolverton trailhead, making our way up the Alta Trail. Our first night camp is Merton Creek, which is about between 7 and 8 miles. So a nice mellow first day. Basically, I'll run through the itinerary. We're gonna make our way up this Alta Trail, hit the High Sierra Trail at Merton Creek. From there, take the High Sierra Trail up to Elizabeth Pass Trail and head over Elizabeth Pass. Then we're going to drop down Dead Man Canyon all the way to the bottom, circle around at Roaring River Ranger Station, head up Cloud Canyon, up and over Colby Pass, then all the way down to, I think that's Junction Meadow at the Kern River. From there, we will head up to the headwaters of the Kern River toward Lake South America. Then from there, make our way over to the JMT just above Tyndall Creek. Take that over Forester, drop down through Bubbs Creek, climb up over Kearsarge, get our resupply, and also pick up Randy's son Matt, who will be joining us for the second leg. From there, head back over Kearsarge, get on the JMT over Glen, and then from Glen is when some of our first off-trail starts, and we will hit 60 Lakes Basin. From there, we'll go over 60 Lakes Col, drop down through Gardner Basin, climb up and over Gardner Pass, then we'll drop down into Charlotte, and then hit the JMT, take that down to Vedette Meadow, and work our way from there down Bubbs Creek Trail and hit the East Lake Trail up to Lake Reflection, pass Lake Reflection, go over Longley Pass, drop back down into Cloud Canyon, down into Roaring River Ranger Station again, and then climb halfway back up Dead Man, leave Dead Man, climb up to, I think it's Big Bird Lake, and get on top of Tablelands above Big Bird, and then work our way through the Tablelands, down through the Pear Lake area, and ultimately back to here. Just an unbelievable hike ahead of us.
You know, I'm walking in front of John, listening to him go through that itinerary. I thought this was just going to be a nice, simple, easy loop. Doesn't sound like it.
Greg's out. Yeah, so we got a pretty good hike in front of us over the next 16 days. Like I said, it's 190 miles. Some of it's off trail. Basically, when I put together this itinerary and, you know, coordinating with the guys, we just wanted to see parts of the Sierra that most people don't see unless, you know, you get off the JMT corridor and all that other stuff. So mixed in with some good off-trail valleys, lakes, and passes. So it's going to be an interesting one. We're all going to see some new sights finally that we've never seen, and hope you guys enjoy. But here we go. The SEKI Traverse starts now.
Fog is still rolling around in here. It's very cool, man. It's kind of eerie, but just spectacular.
Hiking in this kind of fog, mist, thick forest, and then crossing creeks and those wildflower meadows are just all through here. It's just been one amazing day. Definitely a first day start to remember. We were just thinking this was going to be kind of a, low altitude, kind of boring trail, but it turned out to be anything but. Anyway, we're almost to camp here at Merton Creek, and see you there. Right, here's camp tonight. Beautiful spot along Merton Creek. The fog is still hanging in there. Great day though. Couldn't ask for a better start. All right, good morning from Camp 1. The fog and the mist is lifted. And we got great views from camp. Look at that. What a beautiful morning. All right, we have started day 2, leaving camp. We're on the High Sierra Trail for a while today. Here we go.
This is Bear Paw Meadow, the ranger station. We are setting up to have some lunch.
All right, there's Greg's, right about 35. And that's still 7 days of food, so that's pretty good, bro. 32, 33. Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
I'll throw for later.
All right, let's do mine. Greg's gonna set mine on there. Just stop. What the heck? Where am I at? Wow, I'm at 36, 35, 36. But I do carry quite extensive camera gear.
Yes, you do. I don't know why this year you didn't ask me to carry any of that, but I'm thankful you didn't.
Right, we are leaving the High Sierra Trail and going up toward Tamarack and Elizabeth.
kind of just marching across this top ridge here, and every now and then mountains peek out. It's absolutely gorgeous. Such a beautiful trail.
Well, I'm taking my time, just moving on. You'll forget about me after I've been gone. And I take what I find, I don't run no more. It's just outside of your front door.
And yes, it makes you giddy.
He's giddy.
How can you not be looking at that? Come on. Look at that. Yeah, that's one of the best sights I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's been such a long time. It's been such a long time.
This is such a spectacular day with the views that we got, and now this of the whole Great Western Divide. It was one of those moments where you don't have enough words to explain something like that.
It's been such a long time. I think I should be going. Yeah. The time doesn't wait for me. It keeps on rolling. There's a long road. I've got to stay in time with it. I've got to keep.
Right, we are making our final drop into camp, just up around to the right of that snowbank there. And then we'll be climbing this in the morning to get up to Elizabeth.
Well, I'm taking my time, just moving on. Taking my time, just moving on. Taking my time, just taking my time. Taking my time, yeah. Taking my
Everything is so lush and green, it's unbelievable. And the views we're getting with the clouds hugging those peaks, with what the weather has given us, is just, you couldn't ask for a better 2-day start so far. The fog yesterday, I don't know what to say anymore.
Great way to kick off this trip, that's for sure.
It's just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. You all are just so beautiful. Hi there. This is just, we're gonna get into camp way late tonight because we've just had so much to videotape and take pictures of, and just icebergs. It's just icebergs. Glacier. There we go. It's just a great day, and it's only day 2. We got so much more to go. Wow.
It's not many places you get a scene like this. Sequoia National Park, baby. Look at that. Right outside of camp. What a beautiful night. Beautiful buck and a beautiful fire. Woo! What, you're gonna come into camp or what? What do you want? Oh, Jesus. Why you gotta walk toward me like that? You just keep your distance. Unbelievable. Look how close he is to us. We're sitting here trying to have dinner. Really? They are so tame out here. I am 20 feet from him right now. But him and the doe have just been around our camp all night. And what they're looking for, a little bit of education here, because I do hunt deer and I know about them. He's eating exactly where Randy woke up this morning and peed. They're looking for the salt and the minerals that's in our urine. And that's why they're around. And they've, national park deer, they know they're not hunted, they're not afraid of us, and they know that we produce that mineral content that they're looking for in our urine, so they just feast on it. Awesome deer though. 4x4 in velvet, so beautiful. Anyway, great camp. Yesterday was phenomenal in terms of scenery. Just going in and out of the forest, coming out on these points where the view of the whole Hamilton Basin and everything, and the Great Western Divide was just spectacular. The wildflowers popping, everything was just... I can't say enough about these first 2 days. One of the best starts to a hike I've ever had. So anyway, the plan today, as soon as we get packed up here, we start climbing up toward Elizabeth Pass and make it over and ultimately down into Dead Man Canyon, where we're gonna try to find a camp down in there, and that's our day. Got about a 2,500 foot, maybe slightly more, climb out of here to get to the top of Elizabeth. So it's gonna be pretty grueling at first. Second half of the day should be nice though, just dropping into Dead Man hopefully. It's all new, I've never done any of it, so none of us have actually done this part of the trail. So looking forward to today, and here we go, day 3.
Tell you what's been nice about this trip so far is it seems like most of the trips we've been in the Sierra, and I think the second half of this is going to prove the same. They've been bluebird kind of days and lots of sun, and the first couple days here it was foggy. Wandering through the forest with that mist and fog was just really cool. The vegetation, everything just seems so alive. The trees feel healthy. They've been absorbing all this moisture. The flowers are everywhere. It just has a really good feel to it right now, a really healthy feel to it. And it's going to be fun going some of the places we've never been before. So you couldn't have asked for a better start to a hike, and it's going to be epic. I feel it in my bones. It's going to be an epic hike. Day 3.
Yeah, baby. Here we go. Elizabeth Pass, next. Just looking back down Lone Pine Creek there. There's a little mini glacier down there we were taking pictures at. And that's the basin up the Tamarack. Man, what a climb up Elizabeth. It is a steep going. We are climbing. Man, this is a climb. And we're only about halfway done with it. We got another 1.5 to 2 miles And it's up there, you can see it. It's still got a long way to go. But I mean, we probably got another 1,500 to 2,000 feet to climb, I would say, over 2 miles. So that tells you how steep it is, about 1,000, close to 1,000 feet per mile. But the views up here are spectacular. Doesn't matter what way you look. I remember looking down on this whole area from Pterodactyl Pass last year when we attempted the Kings Canyon High Basin route. Just thinking how beautiful it is, and here we are a year later. You could just make out the moon right there on the saddle line of Pterodactyl Pass, on the left of that saddle there. Pretty awesome. Well, you can tell not a lot of people hike up this trail in Over Elizabeth. The trail is very obscure. We've been following this cairns up this slope here, or else you wouldn't even know where to go. I mean, the trail's virtually blended in with the terrain. All right, we are just below the pass now. We are getting there, but man, this is a grind. It's one of the hardest passes I've ever climbed in my life. I'm sure the guys would say the same. Beautiful though.
Like a walk in the park with flowers, just kind of lollygagging through it, just enjoying it.
Oh yeah,
Pretty simple and easy.
yeah.
I would skip if there wasn't so many rocks.
Freaking smart asses.
It's a doozy.
It is relentlessly up.
No flat spots, no ledges.
No.
Just up.
Straight climbing all day. We left at 9:15 this morning. It's 1:33. So we're almost there though. I think we're gonna be at the top in about 20 minutes. All right, there's a sign, Elizabeth Pass, entering Kings Canyon. Here we go. Let's go see what's on the other side, boys. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Oh my God. The head of Dead Man Canyon, Coppermine Pass, that we went over last year, is right there. But look at this as I pan down Dead Man. Unbelievable view. And that's our path down Dead Man. We're gonna hopefully try to find camp down in the trees down in there. But what a magnificent view. That was worth the climb right there. All right, leaving Elizabeth Pass. Here we go, dropping into Dead Man for the first time. All right, we are finally down into the flats here. We've come a long way. I mean, you can see the cascade way up there at the head of the canyon. And we dropped from up around to the right where the glaciers are. I mean, one hell of a drop. But anyway, awesome walk down through this canyon so far. The views are amazing. Awesome day, full of grinding, full of firsts, and full of beautiful scenery. Anyway, see you guys at camp. I don't know if you can make out all those mosquitoes right there, but they're everywhere. They're swarming us. So we got our tents up, washed up, and then just got in our tents as quick as possible. But I wish we can enjoy the outside, because here's the view from my tent. It's beautiful. But the mosquitoes are ferocious. All right, we have left Camp 3. I didn't get much footage there last night because we got there kind of late. I think it was around 6:30, and the mosquitoes were swarming so bad that we just got chores done and basically just retreated to the tent. So we made it about, I don't know, almost halfway down Dead Man, I believe. Now we just got the rest of the way to go down, and then we're gonna work our way up Cloud Canyon from Roaring River Ranger Station, so, and ultimately try to get to Colby Lake. Temperature's not too bad. It's mid-30s. It's a little chilly, but we'd take that gladly over the mosquitoes, and they're not out right now because it's still really chill right now. So anyway, day 4 starts now. Here we go.
That is the coldest water I've ever crossed. Oh my god. Oh, my feet hurt. Oh.
All right, looking back from Ranger Meadow here, you can see Elizabeth Pass way up there. There's a saddle down to the left of that highest point. That is the pass. And then those farthest trees is where we camped last night. What a beautiful walk this morning. Right, we are making our final descent down into Roaring River. It's a beautiful walk down through Lower Deadman though. All right, we've left Roaring River Ranger Station. We took a pretty good break there, did some laundry, ate some lunch, you know, dried out our wet tents, stuff like that. Anyway, we're now working up Cloud Canyon, and from the junction back there by the bridge and the ranger station, it said 12 miles to Colby Pass. So even if we just make it to the meadows that are a little below Colby Lake, that would be fine. So anyway, next stop is Big Wet Meadow. Right, we are leaving Big Wet Meadow. That big ridge there in the center is the Whale's Back. To the right of it is the rest of Cloud Canyon, and Coppermine Pass is actually way up there in those snowbanks. And then we are going up through that little crack just to the left of Whale's Back. Kind of the theme of the day right here. A lot of blowdown, a lot of avalanche debris. There was a lot in Deadman, and there's been our fair share here as well. Yep, that's what we've been dealing with all day.
This is what it takes with all this blowdown.
That's Sierra hiking right there.
Look
At least in the summer of 23.
Yeah.
There's Big Wet Meadow down there. We are making our climb up toward Colby Lake. It's a grind. And it's just after 6. And we're on about mile 14 or 15 for the day. And I think another 2 to go. All right, we found camp here on the slabs below Colby Lake. That's looking up canyon. Here's our nice, beautiful spot. All right, we are getting ready to leave camp right now. We're gonna head up to Colby Lake, maybe stop there, do some fishing, and then we're gonna hit Colby Pass, go over that, drop down by, I believe it's Gallett's Lake. I'm not sure on the pronunciation of that. And then ultimately get down to Kern Junction and camp there for the night. So hopefully the day is a little easier than the previous 2 days. Previous 2 days have been pretty rough. It is on trail, but there's just so much debris and blowdown and all kinds of trail maintenance needed on these trails through Dead Man and Cloud. And it just kills it. And then with the creek crossings, you know, normal flow years, they do have ways to cross on boulders, but all those boulders and stuff that you cross on are all underwater. So if we don't want to get our shoes wet, we have to take about 20 minutes, take our shoes off, and then, you know, cross barefoot or in our slippers or whatever, and then get to the other side, dry our feet off. And that takes 15-20 minutes per crossing, and we did 3 or 4 of those yesterday too. So it's just been rough going. I think we did 16, maybe even close to 17 miles yesterday on that rough trail. And it's, you know, I did 15-16 miles regularly on the JMT, and I never felt as worked as I did last night when I got to camp doing those 16 miles yesterday. So something to be said for these less traveled trails for sure. Anyway, starting day 5, Colby Lake, Colby Pass. Here we come. Day starts off with a bang.
Oh yeah.
See him jumping already. Beautiful Goldens out of Colby. Awesome. We are leaving Colby Lake, heading for Colby Pass, which is up to the left of the guys, way up there in one of those saddles. Here we go. Time to climb.
It's all I've ever known. Am I supposed to find some peace of mind if I can't stand to be alone?
All right, there's the pass. Right in that saddle. Pretty hard climb, but very beautiful. We might have a little bit of snow to contend with. We'll see. We have made it to the final wall here. It's about just under 1,000-foot climb. Here we go. All right, we made it past the snowfield. We're back on trail. Last and final push up to the top. Let's go see what's on the other side. Colby Pass, baby. Oh yeah. Welcome to Colby Pass, boys. We have conquered the Great Western Divide. Look at this view. Look at all the snow still on the Kauias. We got to walk through that beautiful valley down there. Awesome. That's what you work for right there.
Dude, I thought it was awesome. It was much more intimidating down below looking up at it. But once we got on it, that snowfield, that's a lot of fun going up that. It was the right consistency to hold us. And then I was looking up at it, going, man, that's going to be boulder hopping and scree the whole way. But it was a nice zigzaggy trail. But here we are up at the saddle, top of the pass, and paradise, man, paradise. That's why we do this. It's magnificent.
All right, we are leaving Colby Pass. Heading down, down, down. We still got a lot of miles to cover though. We're trying to make it to Kern Junction.
I am just loving this basin. This is so beautiful. What a glorious day to be out on trail.
So beautiful through here. I can't keep the camera away right now. We are right in between Colby Pass and Gallots Lake in this meadow right above Gallots, I think. This is such an awesome place. We just decided to stop and take a lunch. Just really take this in because this is a very special spot. It's one of the most beautiful spots I've ever seen in the Sierra. To be honest with you, look at that. All around us. Don't get much better.
I mean, there's a lot of places like this in the Sierra, don't get me wrong, but it's just not everywhere. It's hard to explain. But it's that magic kind of elevation right there between 10.5 and 11. Just meadowy, you know, nice little brook, creek running through it. I mean, we got the snow-capped peaks over here on the Kauai's. It's just, and then because of this year's winter, everything is still green this late in the season.
It's about 2 o'clock right now, and we're gonna hit it. Try to make it to Kern Junction for camp. So here we go. We'll be passing by Gallett's Lake on the way down, and I'm sure a couple other cool spots. So enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Here we go. Man, this is so beautiful right here. All that green grass, that creek just meandering through it. Does it get better? Who knows? Alright, we're making our climb up over this little pinnacle, and we basically have to climb right up that chute there and go right through the middle where that tree is, and then we can drop down to camp at the Kern River. Alright, there is the Kern River drainage. We are going to camp in those trees that are just in the sunlight there. First we got to cross the Kern River though. See how that goes. A little bushwhack never hurt anybody right at the end of the day. This trail's throwing it all at us. Just hard miles in general. What a day though.
I put my pant legs on.
Yeah,
This is brutal, man. Just tearing us up.
I know. Trying to find a crossing so we don't have to take our shoes off. We'll see. All right, that was the craziest crossing we've had. Of course, you know, Kern River, so, and it's flowing. Last time I crossed that, back in I think 2017, I was able to hop rocks all the way over without getting wet, so just goes to show what kind of melt and what kind of snow and winter we had back here this year. Keep saying that, but can't stress it enough how much it really does change conditions and you know, the way you have to hike. So anyway, last little quarter mile into camp now that we got crossed. Here we go. Here was our camp last night. Again, we got here a little late, right at last light, so we just did chores, got ready, and made dinner and ate in the dark. But it's because of that crossing of the Kern, it got us. Okay, we're getting ready to leave Camp 5, packing up, and getting ready to start day 6 here. Yesterday was another really tough day. Again, I can't stress, enough what the winter did to the Sierras this year. Just lots of blowdown, and then especially on really Colby. Over Colby Pass is an unmaintained trail, just like the sign said, and there was a lot of debris and blowdown to get around yesterday. So, the trails over those passes themselves are hard enough as it is, let alone now all the new debris that's across them. And I think the trail crews are just mainly focusing on the corridor trails, the JMT and Ray Lakes Loop and North to South Lake Loop, the bigger trails like that, and they're not even touching these because they just have so much to do on those other trails this year. And we also, we were talking about it yesterday. The difference between these trails over Elizabeth and Colby versus like the JMT, and the reason why it is harder, and I do believe those are harder trails than the JMT, is because you're going over 12,000 foot passes, but the incline to the passes is much steeper than the incline to the passes on the JMT. I mean, you're climbing 2,000, 2,500 feet, to get over a pass on the JMT, but you're doing it over 5 or 6 miles. Here you're doing that same elevation gain, but you're doing it over 3 miles, sometimes even less. So that's what makes it harder. That slight change of angle and transition up is what makes all the difference in the world and makes it just a tad harder. So all of it's playing together. Really tough trekking so far, some of the toughest that I've ever encountered in the Sierra, to be honest with you. But anyway, we took our time this morning. We got only 7 miles today. Today's kind of a cruising day, even though it's all uphill into the Kern, the head of the Kern River, up there by Lake South America. We're going to camp up in there. It's only about 7 miles from here. So we're getting a late start, just really enjoying camp here. It was a really good camp. Nice. We were able to have a campfire and just get some chores done that was much needed. Hopefully we'll get to camp up there early too, to really enjoy the fishing and just kind of chill out and take a break for a minute, because it seems like we've been go from sun up to sundown. So anyway, day 6 starts now. Right, we made it to the trail junction here. The High Sierra Trail goes up off to the John Muir, but we're going to the Upper Kern. Beautiful day. This is going to be all new trail for me. Never been up this part. Hell of a spot for a little cabin. Don't know how old it is or anything, but about a quarter mile up from the junction. Alright, this is the Tyndall Creek Kern River confluence. It is flowing. Alright, we're pretty much approaching the head of Kern Canyon, and we're going to start making our climb up to the upper Kern Basin here where we're going to camp. Just a lot of gradual uphill forest walking all day. Here we go. Time to climb. We've climbed about 2,000 feet already so far. Got another 1,000 to go.
You know, the walk this morning was pretty boring, walking up through the canyon there, the valley, and wasn't really much to shoot, just a lot of forest walking, nothing spectacular, but this waterfall right here at the head of the canyon, unbelievable. This made that walk worth it. Look at this big giant cascade right here. That is awesome. That's worth seeing right there. All right, there is our camp spot. Such a beautiful lake right here. I don't think it has a name, but we got here and just saw that scene right there and said, this is where we're camping. So beautiful in here. Yeah, we got here probably about 3:30, a couple hours ago. It's going on 5:30, but I had this plan to take a short day because I knew none of us have been up in this upper Kern Basin here, and really wanted to just get here and chill and not get here, you know, with an hour left of light and you're running around trying to get chores done. So anyway, we got all washed up and did laundry, got our tents set up, and we still have a good 2.5, close to 3 hours of light left. So we're gonna enjoy this spot, fish it, and hang out and just take a breather finally. It's well deserved, I think. So getting closer. Here it comes. Woo. Oh my God. Right over the top of us, man. Oh shit.
Well, good morning. So we had two lightning storms, thunderstorms move through, with lots of lightning. And we were direct path. I mean, flash would go off and you barely get 1/1000 out and then the thunder. And so it was right over us. There was a lot of flashes. Then it died and you're like, all right, great. And then all of a sudden it started raining again. And so here we are having breakfast in bed. Weather report looks like 40% chance of rain the rest of the day. Off to the south, it looks clear. Up to the north, not so clear. Unfortunately, we got to go north. So we'll just have to see what the day brings and have a positive attitude and enjoy some breakfast and hot coffee right now. We'll check in with you later.
We were gonna head up into the basin, so the trail that we're on does a big giant horseshoe up into the upper Kern Basin and then comes back down to a trail that we passed yesterday that goes over to the JMT. But instead of doing the big horseshoe loop, we're just gonna go back to the junction, shoot straight over to the JMT, and then make our way over Forester, because we got miles to cover and we have to make sure that we make it to the resupply in Onion Valley. So we're just, doing the best way to get us as far as possible today to set us up for tomorrow to get to our resupply on time. So
Thunderstorm was pretty incredible last night. Lighting your tent up, rolling thunder. Yeah, experiencing a thunderstorm at 10:05 is quite the experience.
it is.
Yep.
Especially when it's directly over you. When you woke me up, I counted from the flash to the thunder 5 seconds, so a mile away, and it just kept getting 3 seconds, 1 second, half a second, and it was just a lightning show right above us.
And then boom, it was over us.
I was in the fetal position
your
going,
tent.
please don't strike me.
I was in fetal position. Please strike Randy and not me.
That's my buddy.
Yep. That's the way it was last night.
But it added to the adventure, man. That's a pretty cool experience.
It was cool. And then a little rain this morning.
Yep.
And then,
It
but
cleared up in time for us to dry off our equipment and our tents.
yep,
Got to put away dry flies.
dry
Which
flies.
is dry fly, which is always good.
Look at this. This is this morning as we leave. What a beautiful lake. I'm surprised that it doesn't have a name. But yeah, look at that. Anyway, leaving this beautiful lake, unfortunately. Heading over Forester. Here we go, day 7.
Such a beautiful walk today. So glad we decided to take this trail. This trail is, the scenery we're seeing this morning is some of the best I've ever seen. I mean, I've always said this in previous videos many times. Bighorn is my top 3 places in all of the Sierra, and walking through this trail right here rivals it 100%. Just makes me realize that there's so many spots in the Sierra that are equally or even more beautiful than this that people just never see.
This love is getting kind of dangerous. Feels like it's a loaded gun. My mind is turning like a cloud of dust. My heart always wants to run.
Right, we made it to the Lake South America Junction. There's Forster way up there in the notch. And we're coming over into the Tyndall Basin right now. Another awesome lake. Such beauty today. My goodness. All right, so the JMT is way down there at the bottom. And pretty much right from the junction, we just decided to cross country it, and instead of dropping way down, we're just going to contour straight over to the trail, but aim for Forster. So a little bit of off trail right here should make for some awesome scenery. Here we go. My God, this is one of the most beautiful days hiking I've ever had.
If you want a cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset, if that's the kind of love you wanna wait for, hold on tight, girl, I ain't there. If you want a cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset, if that's the kind of love you wanna wait for, hold on tight, girl, I ain't there yet. No, I ain't there yet. No, I ain't there yet.
You're a friendly guy. You're one of the most friendly marmots I've ever met. You're an awesome creature, living up here at 12,500 feet in this cold. Look how close he is. Here we go. Time to climb. Forster, next stop.
Someday, maybe you could have your way. Right now, just not the time. Some things a man just got to do. I wish you could change my mind.
Yeah, baby.
If you want a cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset, if that's the kind.
Entering Kings Canyon for the second time on this trip. Here we go.
So here we are coming down Forester back into Kings Canyon. And we've got a little bit of snow that we're gonna have to navigate.
These are the biggest sun cups I've ever seen. They are thigh-deep sun cups. absolutely beautiful. What stunning scenery dropping into Bubs Creek. It's just one of them perfect hiking days in the Sierra. Can't say enough about this place. This place always gets me every time. We're still dropping though. We got a good, I don't know, 2.5, 3 miles to camp. We're gonna try to get to Center Basin. If we can stop pulling out the camera and shoot video. Starting to sprinkle now. Beautiful walk into Bubs Creek though. Never disappoints. Okay, here is our campsite. Let me take you through camp. We kind of gotten spoiled over the last few days, being, on the secondary trails, not having a lot of people, but so I figured we'd be camping with people tonight, but this is a treat to be at this campsite with that view. All right, we left camp. It started raining, but then it's kind of stopped, and it's been generous to let us, get our tents taken down and packed up and get moving before another storm hits. If one does today, who knows? Change of plans. Greg is going to call it at the resupply and just catch a ride back to the airport for my wife. So he's calling it. He fell on day 3, I believe, and really hurt his hip, and it just hasn't gotten any better. Says his foot is starting to tingle and getting numb and stuff now, and just sleepless nights. He's just not feeling it, so he's gonna call it. But we are picking up Randy's son, Matt. We'll lose Greg, but we'll gain Matt for the second leg. Probably not gonna shoot a lot, but knowing me, I'm sure there'll be a couple shots. We have started our climb up to Kearsarge Basin. Here we go. All right, the fog has now moved in. Starting to sprinkle a little. We're about halfway up. All right, there is Kearsarge Pass, right above the guys. Long, wet slog today, but we're making good time because there's no reason to take a break or do anything.
Just been a constant drizzle, soaking wet.
Very wet out.
Hey Greg, what do you have to say about this?
Pizza.
That look says it all, buddy.
All right, the rain has kind of let up. The fog has lifted a little. You can see Bullfrog down there. And there's Kearsarge Lakes, Kearsarge Pinnacles. All right, we just crested over Kearsarge, making our way down into Onion Valley. We're gonna stop at Flower Lake and set up our tents though, and then just go down and get the resupply from my wife at the trailhead. But look at Upper Pothole right there. That is still a crap ton of ice. Got some service finally on my phone, so made a call to my wife. I told her the most important thing above anything is those 2 large pizzas we ordered. So she's gonna stop in Lone Pine at the pizza factory and bring us some real food. I think that's what we all want the most. Anyway, dropping like a rock off Kearsarge. Here we go. Yeah. Talk about timing. There's my wife and Randy's son and my daughter. Oh yeah. Seeing my wife's legs makes me want to go home.
kids.
Oh, baby.
Thanks for bringing the sun, sunshine. We were freezing our asses off earlier.
Yep.
What's up, man? Good, how are you? What's up, Pops? Good to see ya.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Looking forward to spending some time with you, man.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
There's my daughter.
Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. Here it comes. If it wasn't for my wife, this second leg would not be happening, right? Drove all the way up here from Big Bear, 3.5 hours away, brought us pizza, all of our resupply.
Picked up
Thank you, babe, I love you.
how cute.
Here, you want one too, Greg? Love you!
If you want a cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset, if that's the kind of love you wanna wait for, hold on tight, girl, I ain't there. If you want a cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset, if that's the kind of love you wanna.
Watching them drive off. That was tougher than I thought it was going to be. For sure. Part of me wanted to go home, trust me. Anyway, leaving the trailhead, heading back up to Flower to camp and start the second leg. Here we go.